Welcome back to the video blog. My name is Adam Daniel Mezei, adamdanielmezei.com or pmdforhire.com. This is episode 91 of the video blog, and welcome back. Thanks again for watching. So let's talk a little bit more about some of the things that I found out at TIFF, at the Toronto International Film Festival, 2010 edition. Some more things that are, let's say, more appropriate for PMDs, some of the difficulties that I found, and some interesting tips that you, if you're a PMD, or even if you're an indie filmmaker, things that you yourself are going to want to implement. I think one of the biggest challenges for PMDs today, given that the producer of marketing and distribution is such a new and cutting-edge field, is convincing potential clients, or just people out in the space making films, convincing them that PMDs are A, a necessary role, B, that they're competent, and C, that we're not fly-by-night sort of people. The way that we demonstrate that we're confident is that we're basically able to talk about things on a very high intellectual level. It means we have a grasp of whatever theme area you're working on, and in a general grasp of things that are going on in the world, whether it's current events, whether it's the books that we read, or whether it's the films that we watch. We've basically got to know a lot of things about a lot of different stuff. As I've said before in other places on this video blog, the PMD has to be the least specific and least focused member of your production squad. He's got to be the person, or she has to be the person that knows the most stuff about everything that you could possibly imagine, because that's basically how you generate ideas as a PMD to A, find audience, B, monetize the film, and C, find innovative ways to bring money into the production that you don't necessarily find from going about things in a traditional way. It's because you have your fingers in so many pies. There was a documentary conference, I believe it was on the third day of last week, I think it was on Tuesday, and one of the things that the final panel of the doc conference, which featured a great kind of fireside chat, a coffee chat between Errol Morris and Werner Herzog, of course the two famous documentarians and feature filmmakers who everybody pretty much knows. They were talking about, actually Werner Herzog said this, he said, you know, people don't read anymore. People don't read. How do we get people to read? Real books. Not the short, pithy blurbs or things that people read online, or the, the instant stuff that people like to read today, the alerts, or the breaking news. Real books, like seriously deep theme. Nobody reads books anymore. Yeah, some people do, but generally the books that they read are bestsellers, things again that have a mass appeal or a pop appeal. And what Werner Herzog's basically saying is it gave him, as a reader that is, it gave him a kind of a depth and a perspective, a real gravitas, an anchorage in the things that he was interested in, and that for that reason alone he was able to come up with a lot of the scripts that he did, whether it was Fitzcarraldo, a guy dragging a boat over the Amazon jungle, a full boat, dragging it over the jungle, played by Klaus Kinski, of course. Things like that. He wouldn't have come up with ideas like that if he didn't read books. Of course, his latest documentary, called Cave of Forgotten Dreams, is again based on things that he reads and knows about. He's interested in ancient history and archaeology. It's not something that every filmmaker really gets involved with, gets their fingers into. So PMDs have to really come off sounding very sophisticated. Not overly sophisticated or pompous, but they have to know what they're talking about. The whole idea of marketing in and of itself necessarily connotes a little bit of a shady or a skeevy kind of a profession. When you say marketing, some filmmakers automatically think, oh, greaseball, oh, shill, oh, hit and run. What we have to do as PMDs is we have to convey to our potential clients, or we have to convey to the marketplace in general, that we really have a grasp of the subject material, and that we're not fly-by-night sort of people. The more we can demonstrate that, speaking about things on an elevated level, maybe even having a circuit of several PMDs get up at things like South by Southwest, or on radio shows, even doing articles, somebody other than John Reese, who is of course the creator and coiner of the term of PMD, somebody else to talk about their experiences of being one, and then people can see for themselves exactly who a PMD is, from both genders, male and female. Get up and talk about experiences, and present the position as a bona fide, full-time, exclusive position, not somebody who moonlights as a PMD, somebody who actually is one. So the key of today's podcast, read, read, read. Keep reading, don't stop. That's the only way you're going to get ahead. Keep reading books. Make time for it. Get on that stationary bicycle, spend an hour in the morning, and read. I'm not joking. You really got to know your stuff. You've got to go through old sources, stuff from the 80s, stuff from the 70s. Watch old movies. It's not just kitschy. You're not being pretentious and pompous. You're actually helping to broaden and extend the craft. That's my thought of the day. This is all from this little idea that Werner Herzog said at the Doc Conference at TIFF about reading, reading, reading. Thanks again for watching. I think you know who I am. Catch you soon. You like this? I like it. I like the light. It's good. It's got good acoustics. See you tomorrow.